The first Venom movie was a smashing success in the box office, generating a massive $850 million and doing far better than anyone anticipated. This is despite the fact that the movie did not get the best reviews from Metacritic nor from Rotten Tomatoes, but with the huge success the movie had, it was no surprise that a second movie was in the works, and with the mid-credit scene that we saw with Cletus Kasidy saying, "There's going to be carnage."
And I will. There's gonna be carnage.
Fans got riled up and crazy with anticipation, although a lot of people didn't like the red hair that Woody Haroldson, aka Cletus Kasidy, was sporting. But who exactly is Cletus Kasidy? Who is Carnage, and why is there going to be him? I know you have a lot of questions, but never fear, cause I am here, and we're going to be talking about all of that in this video. With that being said, let's get into it. Cletus Kasidy, Carnage. Well, if you have no idea who Cletus is, he is a renowned serial killer who saw his mother get killed by his father after his mother tried to kill him. And then his father got sentenced to death for killing his mother. And as if that wasn't already bad enough, Cletus then went on to kill his grandmother by pushing her down the stairs. Spooky, right? But that's not all. Cletus went on to become a serial killer and started killing people, women especially. This got him in a bad place with the feds, as you can imagine, and with our very own web-slinger, Spider-Man. So Cletus was convicted, and after a while, guess who would come to share a cell with him? The human host of Venom himself, Eddie Brock. Eddie and Cletus shared a cell while Eddie was venomless, until Venom came in symbiote form and attached himself to Eddie. But while he was doing so, he left a piece of himself behind, and thus the symbiote Carnage was created. I'll get to how the symbiotes are able to do that in a second. Carnage immediately bonded with Cletus, and they became the supervillain known as Carnage. Carnage is a sadistic symbiote that is evil incarnate. He enjoys killing for the fun of it, and he basically enjoys spreading carnage, hence the name Carnage. The bond between Carnage and Cletus is an unusual one, because Carnage did not bond with just Cletus's body, he bonded with his blood and essentially became a part of him. So at a time when Carnage was reabsorbed by Venom, pieces of Carnage was still within Cletus's blood. So all Cletus had to do to transform to Carnage was to bleed. How about that? Now, I'm not sure if this origin story is the same origin story that Sonyverse is going to use to bring Carnage to life, but there's one thing for sure though. There is going to be carnage. Symbiote origins and means of reproduction. Now, you need to understand, symbiotes originate from the planet Clintar, which was created by the evil darkness-loving king deity Null, whose sole desire is to cover the entire universe in darkness. Null created and used the symbiotes to spread his tyranny across the cosmos, until he was eventually usurped and imprisoned by the symbiotes. It's in a symbiote's nature to latch onto life and feed off of it, and at a certain point in a symbiote's life cycle, they carry out a meiotic budding and birth a new symbiote. And that's essentially how they increase in numbers. So at the time when Venom met with Eddie in prison, I guess he was in season, so he birthed baby Carnage. If only the baby could just be called cute or cuddly and not Carnage, and maybe not have a penchant for killing people. But such things are uncommon with symbiote babies. Venom considers himself the 998th member of the symbiote race, which makes Carnage the 999th. And in the later comics, Carnage did birth his own symbiote, the lucky number 1000, who goes by the name of Toxin. But that's another story. Carnage is a lot stronger than Venom, being able to do everything Venom can.
So you've accomplished nothing.
I survived, and
It would have been better if you hadn't. You don't deserve to wear that symbiote.
Move faster, heal faster, and he's also able to project weapons and projectiles from his body, a lot like Riot in the first Venom movie. He is also less susceptible to metallic sound and sonic waves like other symbiotes, but he is still very weak to fire. It's certain that Carnage will be a lot for Venom to handle, which means Venom is going to need help in facing Carnage, which brings us to the next part of this video: the possible appearance of Spider-Man.
Thanks. Well, I could have stuck the landing a little better. It's just a new suit. Wait, it's nothing, Mr. Stark. It's perfect.
In the Morbius trailer, we saw Morbius walk by a Spider-Man poster with the letters "Murderer" written on it. This is a clear reference to the cliffhanger in Spider-Man Far From Home. And we also saw later in the trailer Morbius meeting up with Michael Keaton, who plays Adrian Toomes, aka Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming. It doesn't take much sense to see that the MCU and Sonyverse are already establishing a bridge between both universes, and it looks like it's going to be first established on Morbius, since Morbius's movie is set to come out before Venom. And we are going to see the bridge exploited in Venom 2. With rumors of Tom Holland making a cameo in the movie, it all seems plausible. It's most likely that we might have Venom and Spider-Man team up to face Carnage and possibly some other symbiotes like Scream and Hybrid. There's no telling that might happen. Characters and music. Tom Hardy is set to reprise his role as Eddie Brock. Woody Haroldson as Cletus Kasidy, who is thankfully let go of the weird long hair we saw in the first movie. Michelle Williams as Anne Wang, who plays Eddie's ex-fiancée.
Years away from being any of your business, right?
Or just asking, you know.
And She-Venom in that confusing scene from the first movie. Reed Scott as Dan Lewis, a doctor and Anne's boyfriend.
It's eating you from the inside.
It's not.
You're using him up.
No, she is wrong.
And we need to get you to the ICU.
Naomi Harris as Shriek, Cassidy's love interest, which should be interesting to say. The music is set to be composed by Marco Beltrami. The reason why I brought the music up is because Eminem had a song in the first movie. So for my fellow Slim Shady fans who were expecting another song for this movie, I'm sorry, it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Which actually sucks, because anytime I think of Venom, that's the first song that pops in my head. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. Tell me some of your thoughts about the Venom series in the comments below. Be sure to hit the subscribe and also the like button for this video.